Have you ever had this recurring thought in your head?
There isn't a single day that passes by where I don't think, I wish I didn't let my need to be perfect and perfectionism stop me.
Yep, I've been there and went through the ensuing regrets later too. Hello everyone, this is Sadashivam and welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be touching a little bit on insecurities and perfectionism and how or why they stop me from putting myself out there confidently. My recent experiences have enlightened me on the fact that every single human being born on this planet are individually talented in their own unique ways. Now, it took me some time to understand this and helped me to stop being hard on myself too. All of us possess this very innate quality or talent within us, which just needs a little bit of awakening. Now, with the right mentors and peers, this can be achieved. Luckily, I've been blessed to have crossed paths with some very beautiful people in my life who instilled in me the confidence and told me that, hey, you're capable and worthy of pursuing your dreams and passion as an actor. So don't stop yourself. Confidently put yourself out there. Now, I am confidently putting myself out there, taking it one day at a time. I now have this belief that I'm a great storyteller. Yep. Thanks to some very dear friends and acquaintances of mine who constantly keep reminding me of this. But I wasn't always like this. Just like most of you guys out there, I too was deprived of many opportunities in my life to understand what are my interests, where do I fit in, and what do I truly enjoy doing. Let me take you back in time. I was never a bright student when it came to academics. My dad kept getting transferred, as a result of which I kept moving from one city to another every 2 years. And as a result of that, I kept changing schools. And every time I had to start over from the scratch. I felt an urgent need to adapt to things, cultures, and methods very quickly, driven partly by the fear of messing up. This led to social anxiety, struggles with learning a non-native language, and sometimes severe bullying too. I was constantly compared my whole life with the other kids as to how they were doing better in life, both by my parents and my teachers. When I came across my peers or classmates who were highly skilled in sports, debate, or playing a musical instrument, my insecurities took over and I was made to feel inferior for most part of my life. Now, whatever talent I lacked in studies, I tried to compensate with extracurriculars. Hey, I used to draw pretty well. In fact, I could say that my artistic desires started originating in me quite early in that time itself, but sadly, they weren't encouraged. Interesting fact here is that my cousins got inspired from me and they pursued this craft even further by taking up classes and learning it even more. But sadly, I was pulled out of all the extracurriculars due to low grades. I even started skating, which I really enjoyed. Right when I was supposed to graduate to the intermediate level, I was pulled out of it again, due to the reason being that I wasn't getting good grades in my academics. So my parents thought that rather than me getting distracted on all this extracurricular stuff, it's better that, I divide my whole attention in just focusing on studies. Now, as a young kid, I was trying to find myself. I was also very much attention seeking. So in order to get that validity, I forced myself into this mindset that, okay, only if I aim for getting that first rank in the class and just focusing on studying 24/7, irrespective of whether I enjoy it or not, irrespective of whether it goes into my head or not, only then will I get that desired validity and attention and acknowledgement from my peers, my teachers, and my parents. Subconsciously, I created this narrative in my head that, hey, if I want to become something in life, I should focus only on studies. I should focus on getting the first rank, and then I should focus on scoring 95% marks in all the subjects and making sure that I keep competing with my peers without knowing why. For some reason, algebra, history, geography, and chemistry never really went into my head. So obviously I failed, and then college happened. Now this is the best part. I ended up pursuing something completely out of peer pressure due to lack of knowledge and exposure back then, and ended up living a monotonous and sad life for the whole period. My anxieties shot up. I became very shy and timid. I started isolating myself, and things became worse to a point where I wasn't able to give even a decent self-introduction. Added to this, thanks to the advent of social media, looking at my peers enjoying their life and having a great time in their college made me even more insecure. But somewhere deep down, all my artistic desires were haunting me, and finally I was able to revive them one day. Thanks to that intuitive feeling one random day, I'm currently pursuing something that I truly enjoy doing in my life. Could say that's how I decided to pursue filmmaking and acting as a career too. Now, after making this decision, the journey so far hasn't been easy. My insecurities drove me to extreme form of perfectionism, and I used to get obsessed with the fact that I have to get it right on the first go itself. Otherwise, I would beat myself up, I would whine and crib and tell myself that, okay, I'm not talented enough, things are not happening to me, I don't think so, I have it in me to pursue this. This stopped me from taking risks as an artist too. Why? I could say that that's one of the reasons why it took me some while to get started with YouTube. I kept procrastinating mindlessly, having all these intrusive thoughts haunting me, saying that what if I'm not good enough? Or what if I'm not creative enough to hold my audience's attention? The inner voices and overthinking in my head created these schemas which were very difficult for me to break and get out of. I'm not gonna lie, as I was scripting this video itself, I got into thinking, should I even pursue further? Is this gonna be interesting enough for people to watch or not? But I decided to put myself out there unabashedly, taking it one step at a time. I told myself that I'm going to take committed actions, and I also promised myself to come up with as many ways as possible to keep myself motivated to keep pursuing this. I could use a little bit of external validation too. So please go hit the like button once you're done watching this video, and also hit that subscribe button down below. Now see, I didn't plan on making this video to mindlessly rant about my past or take a direct dig at my parents and blame them for all my failures. Full disclosure, I did blame my parents for a very long time. In fact, I kept saying to myself, oh, if only they allowed me to do this, they allowed me to do that, I would have done something better and I would have come out even more confident. I in fact kept cribbing and bickering over the fact that if only the right kind of opportunities were being provided to me, I would have done something out of my life. I would have been that, I would have been this. So I was constantly wallowing over self-pity. Then one random day I decided, you know what, I have to stop this because I have to take control of my life. And that is when I accepted my reality and started putting in the work to change it. Now, acceptance and forgiveness, very importantly, has put me in a better place and helped me get started on my healing journey. Now I've come to this understanding that, you know what, my parents did whatever they could with whatever best knowledge they had, and they actually provided me with a very comfortable lifestyle. I'm not going to lie about that. So it's never too late to start over. Now this is also not a video on how to or different ways to get over your insecurities, because I am not a trained life coach or a therapist to be giving the right information and insights into this. I just thought I'll be a little bit vulnerable and open up about my own personal experiences. Again, isn't that what social media is all about? To bring it to you real. So here's a very interesting story. When I posted my first video, I got a message from my friend saying that how much he looked up to me and wished he got started with something like this, which he's been thinking over for a very long time, if not for his constant need to be perfect and his insecurity stopping him. That's when I got an idea that, you know what, I should be making a video on this because I could relate to this directly. So if you're watching this is for you, Macha. Thank you for giving me the inspiration and idea for my next video. Another reason for doing this video is to hold myself accountable and push myself out of the comfort zone and keep pursuing my dreams. I promise myself, setting realistic standards and taking inspired actions are going to be my 2 mantras for this year. Now that is how I am planning on beating my procrastination, by taking that leap of faith and putting myself out there. Now, if any one of you could relate with whatever I spoke, let me know in the comments what committed actions and steps you took to beat your insecurities and perfectionism. Also, put out some concrete steps on how you worked on beating procrastination. Again, for some, this is going to be a little bit difficult to realize, understand, and act on all by themselves. You don't have to have it all figured out. This is where professionals step in. So there is nothing wrong in taking help. I did. That's how I was able to realize all my old patterns, realize where I was getting stuck at and what I was constantly cribbing and whining about, and what possible steps I could do to change my reality. Honestly, it's the best decision I have ever made. It has changed me into a better, more secure and confident person, or at least a work in progress. I started believing that I can always work at my own pace in getting better and shedding my older patterns, and so can you. So, if you patiently watched this till the end, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please share this with your friends and family if you find it relatable. I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.